Okay, what's going on, brothers? So, um, this video I'm recording for the GFC slash Typhoon martial arts students, and and some of my online guys. Um, I'm gonna have like two sets of videos that I'll be putting out. Some of you guys might know I have a teaching channel for my kung fu style, the Jiao Ga. I'm gonna create a teaching channel for Filipino martial arts very, very soon. I just got this tripod, and I'm gonna get a new phone, and so we can start making videos. Um, but those teaching channels is, of course, my income, so I charge $50 a month for access. But what I want to do is the same content that's gonna go there. I'm gonna make videos just for y'all. You don't have to pay for that. You know what I mean? But if you want to support, you want to join, just out of curiosity, see what I'm doing, then you can go for it. But that's very, very basic. That's for people who don't know anything. They've never trained with me or our style or anything like that. So you might find it a little bit boring, right? And it's $50 a month. So, but if you just follow these videos, you should be getting everything that's in, the new channel anyway. Okay, so I've made a lot of changes to the system with that break that I took. The last time I taught, I had, y'all know my personal life. I had a lot of issues I was dealing with, custody of the kids and stuff like that. So I wasn't really training as much. Like when y'all first joined, I was putting in, sometimes 3, 4, 5 hours a day of training. Towards the end, I hardly didn't train at all, other than when I came to class, and y'all know I was just teaching, right? So when I took the break, I gained 150 pounds. I was like 330 pounds. And so at that time, uh, I wasn't doing anything martial art wise, but I was still thinking about it. I still have the love, right? And so I became kind of a martial arts philosopher at that time. And I really started to look inward at this system, at the way that I taught. And I made a whole lot of changes. So that's the reason I'm making these videos. You guys have that full curriculum, but I have more now to give you guys. So just follow these videos. And especially Sajad, Habib, Leo, uh, try to get your 500 as quickly. Like as soon as you learn something, get in 500 careful repetitions, not just 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I want you to carefully, you know, uh, execute those techniques well. So it's not just getting 500; it's getting 500. They say that practice doesn't make perfect; practice makes permanent. So you want to make sure your practice is perfect practice, and so get your 500 as quickly as possible, and then shoot for another 1,000. Because I want you to get total of 1,500 minimum repetitions of everything new, so that when you do go out and teach, it'll be more second nature than if you just practice it a little bit here and there. Because a lot of times, especially when you get to the advanced level, you'll learn things and you won't work hard at it because, okay, I know it. And that most of the martial arts community thinks that way. That's why most of the martial arts community is very mediocre. And so it's very, very important to keep that. For the students, it's 500. For advanced students, it's 1,000. Since I've been here, I've already gotten close to 2,500 of almost everything that's on my list, except for forms. Forms, I'm approaching 1,000 right now as far as forms. Oh, and let me tell you this: Boggs Lau, my last remaining living teacher, is retired. So in 2 weeks, I'm going to Pampanga to take over that school, and he doesn't have any active black belts but me. The last one, his name was Ray. What was Kuya Ray's real name, last name? Shit, I can't remember his name. He committed suicide a couple months ago. So um, as far as active black belts, that's just me. And so y'all know I wasn't really teaching Boggs' style. So I promised him that I was going to preserve it. So when I go there, I will be teaching our system combined with Boggs' system. And I would like to teach you guys Boggs' system so that you can promote it there. in the U.S. So to explain about Boggs' system, he has his own Kuntao, and then he joined the Philippine Kuntao Association, and I think in the 80s, or it could have been in the 70s, um, he learned Carlito Lanyada's system, and he taught it to me. I didn't like it. I only liked his style, so I didn't teach it to you guys. Um, but since the last time I trained with Boggs, 1990 to 2019, he's made a lot of changes to it, and I kind of like it. And then since then, I've gotten in thousands of reps of that stuff, and then I made changes to it. So I'm still working on it now, but I want to teach it to you guys. Um, I don't think it's gonna make y'all a better fighter. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna give you more material. You may do more with it. You guys are younger than me, so you guys will probably do more with it than I'm doing. For me, I'm just shooting for numbers so that I can do it well because I have to teach his system intact. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, um, I have a cousin here, Bob. That's not his real name, but we call him Bob. Um, he's in his 70s. He's disabled. I think he's got Alzheimer's, but his Eskrima is really good. And he's out of all the my cousins, he has spent the most time training with my grandfather. So I've learned a lot of stuff about, I guess, the origin of our style and why it is the way that it is. And so uh, a lot of things that I discarded when I started teaching, I'm re-implementing it into the system. And I've taught you guys a few of those things, but now I have a new appreciation for it. So expect that on some of these videos too. And then there's also, I now have a teaching philosophy, a teaching slash self development philosophy. And it's very, very important for y'all to get this. Because what happened is over the years, and this will be anybody who excels at something, a lot of times they don't look at the methodology that they use. They just know, oh well, this is what this is how I trained, and that's it. Very few people, for example, Mike Tyson, really dissected the way that they train, the philosophy concerning their training, and they can duplicate that. They can teach someone not just the techniques and the methods, the training methods, but the actual ideology behind it. And so what I've done is I've looked at my own ideology, and I looked at the ideologies of some of the people that I admire, some of the people that I looked up to and respect. Some I knew, some I didn't know, and I've sort of formulated a cohesive teaching philosophy as well as a cohesive self-development philosophy. And in my opinion, it must go hand in hand with martial arts. This cannot just be a technical fighting style. It's got to be a self-development style because you know when you reach your 50s and 60s, you're not really thinking of fighting anymore. You know what I'm saying? Um, but you will be thinking of trying to live longer, trying to live a more healthy lifestyle so that you don't croak and die at 60. You know what I'm saying? Or 55, worse, right? So, and then there's also the protection, protecting families, teaching children and wives to protect themselves. That's all tied into these. And then also, not all of your students are going to want to teach martial arts. Not all of your students want to go out and beat somebody up on the street. But they can use the principles of this martial art to make themselves better at what they do, right? Better businessmen, better poets, better scientists, better at their jobs or better in school. And there's a lot of lessons because a lot of times the biggest enemy, we will probably never fight for our lives. That's the truth. Most of us will never fight for our lives. But the biggest enemy we'll ever face is going to be ourselves, right? Our laziness, our lack of discipline, our bad habits, our poor health, and things like that. And so this self-development philosophy is very, very important for you. And we can take martial arts. We have something called Pagani here. and that is or mandarigma. That's another word for it. Um, that is not just someone who knows how to fight. That is someone who embodies the martial arts and they live the life as a martial artist, like a warrior. You know what I'm saying? And so, what goes along with that is more than just punching, kicking, swinging sticks and knives. You know what I'm saying? It's becoming better versions of yourself, and that is what we should be passing on. So anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna keep these videos short. So I'm gonna end now, and then I'll start another video because our internet is pretty weak.